Good morning and welcome to the Beginners Online Trading webinar. My name is Danny and I will give you the webinar today. I will now explain what will happen in the webinar and then we can begin. So firstly, we will open with a quick introduction to the company, what services we have, who is AvaTrade, and how we can assist you along your journey with us. Also going to briefly go through some facilities in here. And then we can move to the practical part, which will be more into depths into certain logic, what is buy, what is sell, pending orders here at the bottom. We're going to speak about leverage and the things presented up here. And lastly, perhaps analysis. This will be the final part if we will have spare time for that. Okay, now before we begin, it's important to know that any capital market and trading information disclosed in this webinar is provided for informative purposes only and should not be constructed or applied as an investment advice or recommendation or suggestion. Furthermore, I would like to say that the webinar is recorded, so even if you've missed a part or you want to just recap in your own free time, you can find it in our channel on YouTube. Okay, on our YouTube channel, you can find the recorded version, and later on, you can just go ahead and review. Now, before we take off, I just want to get myself, there you go, a nice notepad for the notes. Okay, and we can begin. So like I said, we are going to speak a little bit about AvaTrade. As many of you know, we are a regulated company. We have 9 licenses worldwide. We are here since 2006. In case you have a query or a question, you can find here at the bottom left our customer service. You can chat with us or on the WhatsApp version. And beside that, you can also send us an email, because this screen, I'm going to talk about it a bit more in a minute. But sometimes it doesn't look this way on your when you're logging into the website. Okay, so you might obviously not see that, the button here for the customer service. In that case, you can contact customer service through their email. It's cs@avatrade.com, and they will apply it on your account. Okay, this is called a web trader. This whole interface is called a web trader. Like I said, we are going to talk about it a bit more comprehensively in just a minute. Okay, but I want you to know that you can also access the customer service through here or through here, and that's related. That's all the questions related to customer service. For trading, you have a senior account manager, which can assist you with all queries regarding to trading. Okay, so we have customer service for customer service and a senior account manager for trading, as this is a webinar for beginners, and sometimes we get stuck with questions that we just want to get an answer for, and a senior account manager is here to do exactly that. You can check your eligibility to receive one as soon as you've made a deposit. Usually it's automatic for them to contact you, but you can just make sure with the customer service that somebody is assigned, and a senior account manager can assist you with all kind of things such as trading plan, a strategy, risk money management, analysis, things that are quite essential for your success on trading journey. And like I said, you can just get from the customer service, or automatically it will be assigned after you've made a deposit. Now, I'm going to keep talking about the web trader in a minute. I just want to also tell you that we have the regular platform, conservative platforms MT4 and MT5. And we also have Ava Social and Ava Options. I do also want to give a word about Ava Social as well, separating it from the others. Okay, those are quite self-explanatory. I'm just going to say that the options platform is remarkable, and I highly recommend you to try. But it's a different concept than what I'm going to teach you today. This is why I don't want to expand about it too much. And regarding Ava Social, the reason that I want to tell you about it is because it allows 2 main functions, which, to my opinion, they are amazing for beginners. Okay, let's first put that. And not only for beginners, also intermediate and advanced clients can enjoy that as well. And the reason is that when you download Ava Social, what you're going to see is you're going to see lists of traders which you can follow or copy. And what it means is that if I'm following somebody, let's suppose that I choose somebody from the lists that I like and I think I wish to follow, so I'm gonna click, there is a button follow, and what will happen is I'm gonna get notifications with his positions, and then I can just either execute similarly or I can put it in my sheets. And yeah, and that's very helpful, because if I'm not fully confident with my own strategy, or I don't even have a strategy, and I want to have an idea of how it goes and how am I supposed to trade, and I can see somebody who is doing it by following. So obviously it could be amazing for me as an inspiration. And apart from that, I can also copy. So follow means that I'm following someone and I'm getting notifications, and I can also do it myself, and I can use it for research purposes, if you want to put it this way, or I can copy. So copy will that means that it will also execute the positions. So if I'm copying somebody, I'm actually linking my account to his account, and the execution will be done automatically. I do have the ability to adjust certain parameters, as in the lot size and some other things, okay? But the idea is that it happens automatically, and I don't have to spend a minute to do anything, okay, with copy. With follow, as I have explained, there is no automatic position flowing. It could be very good. Like I said, you get notifications and you can use it, or you can copy, which means that the positions will be executed automatically. Both cases, I do recommend you to check on Ava Social for more information. The app itself is free, so there's really no reason not to download it. And that's it. This is about those platforms. I'm going to carry on with the web trader. As I have explained, we do have a part now which I'm going to show you some buttons here, what they do and how to use it. So I'm just going to separate it and put it at the bottom, because I want you to know that what I'm going to show you now is only on the web trader and the AvaGo, and unfortunately you won't be able to find it on those platforms. Okay, so the web trader, as I've explained, you get access to it just by logging in with your email and password. You don't have to download anything or install anything, and that's just how it is. The AvaGo is similar. It does look a bit different, as it's an application, and I'm using here the desktop version, but it does offer similar functions, which I'm going to show you. Okay, so to begin with, what we are going to look at is Ava Protect. Okay, we're going to speak about this product a little bit, just to understand how it can help us as beginners and others. Okay, so what it does, you don't have to remember anything, of course, just by pointing it or on the eye, I already have an idea what it does. We have a question here from Michael. Okay, just a second, guys. I'm going back to it in a minute. I just want to see what the question is. I work 5 days a week from 6 to 5:30. Is it possible to use Ava Social to trade, as in to make money automated by copy trading while working a full-time job? So first of all, thank you for the question. Okay, that's very nice of you, Michael, to share with us this question. I think that this is the exact purpose of why copy trading exists, okay, to be able to maneuver automatically without spending a minute. But I would suggest you to have a nice research before you are picking the person that you want to copy. I would probably want to do that, perhaps even to follow and then to copy. It's not mandatory, but I would do that just to ensure that I'm following the right one and it's actually something that suits to my lifestyle, perhaps if I would want to do it later on, right? If I'm following someone that does something very different from what I was planning to do or what I'm even able to do, so I might not be able to evolve later on myself. But if you have no intention like that and you just want to make money automatically, so the easiest thing is just to, like I said, to find someone who's good. You're copying someone, everything is been done the same. Of course, the balance has to be computable. This is what I've explained that I can adjust. Obviously, if I'm following someone with $250,000 in his account and he's taking considerable positions, I might not be able to handle it with my balance. So this is something I might want to consider. Yeah, apart from that, automatic means that you don't have to spend any time. So I hope it helps, Michael. And let's carry on with Ava Protect for the time being. So as I've explained, there is no reason to with pleasure. There is no reason to really remember what I'm showing you because it's written right here. But I do want to put down some kind of maybe an explanation in my own words just to describe it a bit more straightforward. So Ava Protect allows us to protect the position for a certain time frame. Okay, and whatever you lost during the coverage, you will get back. There is a fee when using the product. Okay, sorry, the service. The product or the service, it's quite the same. Okay, we have a question here from Erickson. Sorry to interrupt. Are the folks to be copied on our social certified by AvaTrade? That is another amazing question coming from Erickson. Okay. Okay, so I am not the head of department with Ava Social. I guess that we could address him with this question to understand a bit better how it works. But to my knowledge, the person that you're copying or following does need to go through some process to be able for you to be able to follow him. I don't think that you can just register and people can follow you. I think there is a process. I don't want to, again, mislead you with specifications because I don't have it here on the spot. You can send your senior account manager this question and he will look into it for you. I'm sure it's not a hassle. And yeah, and I hope it helped. So as I've explained, what Ava Protect is doing is basically allow us to protect the position. What do we need protection from? Obviously, when I'm buying something, okay, for instance, let's not use that. I think it might be a bit difficult for people to understand. Let's use one of the, one more thing I wanted to put down here is Ava Protect. Protect is usable. Okay, maybe we can use Ava Protect with Forex, gold, and silver. Okay. Ava Protect only works with those for the time being. Maybe later on it will change, but this is what we have now. And what we're going to do, don't worry, I'm going to explain exactly how I'm going to do things, but not now because right now I just want to show the product. But everything I'm going to do is just for you guys to see it a bit more visibly, to describe you the scenario here. But like I said, don't worry, I'm going to explain how I'm doing what I'm doing. Just bear with me for a moment. Okay, that seems fine. And yeah, so as I wrote down, Protect allows us to protect, and that's great. What do we need protection from? Because we're all here to make profits, but there is a side to it that we also need to recognize, which is we can also lose, right? So when I'm buying and it goes higher, I make a profit of something. Later on, we're also going to know how to know what can the profit be. Okay, and if it goes farther down, I will have a loss. Okay, so maybe I should keep it this way. Then we can understand better where is our profit area and our loss area. Just curious, there is another question that I'm reading to you guys. Just curious if you can trade a wide range of cryptocurrencies on AvaTrade. Well, what I'd suggest, Mrs. Elena Jane, is that you personally will see the variety of our cryptocurrencies and decide by yourself, because I think a wide range is your personal interpretation. I could say 20 or 50 is a wide range, but you could look for more or less. And personally, this whole world for cryptocurrencies, I don't exactly know how many are there. I think there are really a good bunch of cryptocurrencies. I think it just evolved with the years, right? So you can check. But I would recommend you to check MT5 account and not MT4 account. You can get more information from your senior account manager about that, but we don't have time to expand about that. That's what I would suggest. I hope it helped. Okay, as I've explained, we have here a very basic scenario. We're looking at silver with a buy. Therefore, if I'm buying, this is my profit area, even higher than that, and this is my loss area, even lower than that. In other words, what protection means is if it goes farther down and I'm losing, exactly like it's written here, whatever you lost, you're going to get back. Therefore, hypothetically, if I'm about to lose, let's suppose, a certain amount, okay, in a minute I'm going to show you how to simulate how much we can lose or gain. Okay, but let's first focus on the fee, just to understand how it works. Let's suppose, like I said, I'm taking a buy. Okay, I'm thinking silver will go up, but it goes down. And I want to protect myself that if I lose, I'm going to get my losses back. Okay, but there is a fee here that I must pay. And by clicking here on the plus to expand the length, okay, this is 1 hour length, and I can make it even higher, 3 hours, 6 hours, 1 day, 2 days. Okay, 2 days. We are making some adjustments. Sometimes it's 3 days. Sometimes it's a little. It's 1 day, so you can just check and catch up with it. But the idea here is very simple. The fee is increased since I've started increasing the length, right? $10 became 14, 17 now, 26, and 32. Okay. One more thing that can increase or decrease my fee is the lot size. Okay, why am I showing you that? For you to be able to make the fee compared to your expectations. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. So you won't end up paying a fee that is doesn't go well with the numbers. Okay, I'm going to show it to you in a minute. And what happens with the fee is you can see I increase and it increases the fee, right? Now it's more. Now it's 10 times more. If I bring it back from 324, it will become 32.4. Okay, great. Now, what does that mean, this fee that I have to compare with my numbers? Okay, so I'm going to click here on the take profit and the stop loss. I think it's about time to also explain about them. I wanted to do it later on, but it just brings more logic to know about them now. Okay, I can execute this position as it is. I click buy, everything flies, but I can also place some mechanism to help me stop the position automatically. One of them is to stop it with a profit. The other one is to stop it with a loss. Okay, those pending orders are called take profit and stop loss. So take profit reaching my price, in this case, that will be the green line. If it gets to the green line, what will happen is I'm going to make $293. If it gets down to the red line, I will potentially lose, just a second, 282. Okay, now when I'm looking at the numbers and I compare it with my fee, I'm just going to change it just to increase the potential loss a little bit, and I will explain to you in a minute why. The numbers seems fine. It seems reasonable to pay 32 quid to get back 324. It's not a bad bargain. But if I would to, let's suppose I'll bring it up a little. Don't worry, guys. As I've explained, I'm going to explain to you how to do all of that on the second part. Now I'm just making it visible for you. Okay, if it gets down to the new price, this is the new price, don't worry, I still have it here. 28, okay, 249. Then my fee will be 32 the same, okay, and my potential loss will be 126. Okay, it's still worth it. It's still worth it, but I want my potential loss to be as big as possible so I can get back the loss with paying the same fee, right? If I get it very close to my entry, then I see that the fee is almost as much as I am about to lose, and I don't want to necessarily use the product, okay, because it might be pretty futile. Pay 32 to get back 37. It's not really such a great comparison. And again, same example with the with the take profit. Okay, so if my take profit is only down, maybe up here, but it's not so far away, as you can see, then I only gonna make 50. And if I compare it with the fee, my fee is almost as much as I can make. Again, that can keep me making progress because I'm still making more than the fee, but I want this comparison to be better, so I won't end up paying a fee that is almost as much as my profit or my loss. Okay, let me remind you, the purpose of this product is to bring back the losses that you lost during the coverage. What happens after is you're just not going to get the losses back after the expiry. Okay, just as simple as it's written here. And I cannot expand the coverage. Therefore, if I have covered it for 2 days, after that position will be the protection will be over. Okay, I hope that everything makes sense. Do we have any questions about what I've explained, guys? Any questions? Okay, we have a question from Michelle. Why do we need it to be bigger? And okay, so Michelle, you're asking why the potential loss should be bigger than the fee, right? So think about it this way. This is why are we paying this amount? What's the purpose to pay this amount? To get back the losses, right? Now, if you're about to lose this much, let me make it a bit more extreme for you to understand. In this scenario, I'm about to lose less than the fee. So what's the point using the product at all, Michelle? If it makes sense, this is why I need. I don't need, but it makes sense to just pay a fee that is small and to get back considerable losses. Same with the profit. Okay, I hope it makes sense. So if I make 18 quid, why would I pay 32? Okay, I hope it makes sense. I hope it helped. All right, let's carry on with ease. It's, yeah, that's completely fine. So it's exactly what I'm here for. I hope, like I said, I hope it makes sense. So let's carry on to the second part. Oh, I just want to show you just one more thing before we finish the first segment. In here in the discovery, you can find all kind of interesting things. I know in advance I don't have a lot of time to show you analysis today, so I'm just going to show it to you. I'm sorry. How did you the green and the red boxes? Okay, coming from George. George, I'm hoping you can. Oh, you mean the candles? I guess, George, that you meant the Japanese candlesticks, right? We were talking about those guys. It's the boxes, okay. Right? Those guys. Yeah, I will explain, George, about it in a minute. But let me first let's finish the first part. We have a question here from Ericsson. Is AverProtect active on MT4 and MT5 platform? I suspect where you can place trades and not the web trader. Ericsson, as I've explained, and I apologize in advance, unfortunately, no. AverProtect is only with web trader and the Avago. Okay, maybe later it will happen, but only God knows. I don't want to give a certain ETA. Okay, so let's skip forward. What I wanted to tell you guys, as in a friendly matter, there is a lot of content that you might want to check with at the left hand side. We have signals here. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to talk about that because I want to really teach you how to trade. We have the news section. You can find all kind of materials. We have the market buzz. Okay, you can just do it in your own time, explore and enjoy. I don't want to waste time on that. And we have the economic calendar, which is super useful and extremely important, guys. One of the most frequent questions that I get in my lectures is how important fundamental analysis is. And I'm just going to say that technical analysis is typically how things are moving. Fundamental analysis is typically how why they are moving. Why? Okay, if something increased, decreased, why? What's the reason? Then I can look into it and I can get more knowledgeable and then to compound it on top of my technical analysis. Okay, or the other way around. But this is a tango for two. Okay, technical and fundamental analysis gives you excellent result rather than just go blindly with technicals. That's my personal opinion, even though you can make money with technicals only, but okay, I suggest what can help. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to begin the second part simply by, let's fold it down. I won't show it to you manually, but I'm going to show it to you how to search it through here as well. So, okay, this is the second part. We can officially begin. Before we actually learn how to trade, we're going to speak about the facility here to know what those are. And I'm going to also show you how to fold it down. So you see there are two tiny arrows here. It's a bit, I wouldn't see that without my glasses, but there are two tiny arrows here. If I click it now, they're pointing outside. If I click it, they're pointing inside, and then the chart is all the way up. I click it and then it folds down. I have here a toggle which I can play with, okay, up and down to expand and minimize. And in that case, that's just let me explore manually the categories. We have here Forex indices, cryptos, and commodities. This is, by the way, where you can find, who asked me the question about the cryptos in the beginning? There are many things, but whoever asked me about the cryptos, this is how you can check it, right? You can just go down and see what wide range we have. And we are going to pick ourselves a very nice asset from the, not from here, because I want to show you today something, maybe, let's see how Platinum is doing. No, we have some things on it, okay. Okay. All right. That looks not bad. Yeah, that looks not bad. Okay. Pretty good. Let's have fun with that. And maybe later on we'll diverse. When we will get to analysis. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is first we're going to have some nice preparations to the chart in order to make it a little more visible to us when we're analyzing, okay? And in this case, what I'm going to do is first I'm going to allow the crosshair. Let's go to the right. And I also want to, you know what, let me just show you how to pick it automatically. Don't worry, I'm going back to Platinum in a minute. But I wanted to show you how to search it, because you don't always want to start looking for your asset manually, okay? You sometimes just know and you go to here. This is super simple. I'm just clicking here on the box, Okay, I click on the asset, and then I put down Platinum, and I choose it from the list, and there we are. If I go to the right, you saw that I played with the time frames. I'm scrolling up and down with my wheel on my mouse. Scroll down. You see this thin blue light toggle that I can click and drag, or I can just scroll down. Okay, and I kept it on days. You can choose whatever you want. This is regarding the candles. Whoever asked me, George, this is how it used to look like when I started. See that? That's the primitive line. Now there is an advantage when I'm using the candlesticks, because candlesticks showing me depths that can assist me analyzing things like support and resistance, and can be key ingredient for me to determine a certain entry. Okay, so for instance, all those nice tails here, you see those thin lines, they are going to magically disappear as soon as I'm going to replace to the, I'm going to change back to the line. Just a second. Okay, you see those? Let me get rid of the background. And then what happens is, just a second, guys, sorry. Okay, so as you can see, there are lines here. And if I change it to the line, they're not here anymore. So those levels doesn't exist. Okay, at least not visibly. So when I go back and I change to the candles, I do have those levels, and I can tell you up front, guys, they do have an impact when you do analysis. Okay, this, for instance, is a reversed hammer, and it allows us to understand that this was rejection for platinum, and this was only a month ago. Okay, after it's been so high. So I can assume it still has the potential to climb back because of this guy over here, okay, which was part of a bigger trend, which we can see here, which is 3 weeks bullish trend. And then in here, this could be a key either for consolidation or potentially going back up. Okay, we can back it up with similar points, find it in similar levels, such as here and here. And yeah, okay. Right, let's carry on. I'm gonna get rid of that. I just wanted to show you that there is a difference between the candles and the line. Okay, right now it's not mandatory to explain too much about that. If I keep going to the right, I can click and change the crosshair from no crosshair to crosshair. And what it allows me to do is to get data from the candles, okay? Then I can see open, close, high, and lows. So for instance, we can see that those levels on this guy are very interesting. We have here open and close that are represented by the white lines. Okay, and we have the bottom and the top, which are presented by green line and red line. Okay. And I can basically understand it on this particular week. What happened is, oh, sorry, this one should be green. In this particular case, what I can understand is that we've opened at 1037. We went all the way up to 1075, okay, as it's written here at the upper left side. Okay, and then it went down to 1025, which is the red line. Okay, but it ended up a little higher. Okay, how can I possibly know that? Because the shape of this candle is showing us, let's see together, it's showing us it's showing us exactly that, right? This is why it looks like a reverse hammer. It went up, it got rejected, it went down, and then it ended up somewhere here. Okay? Great. Now, I don't want to confuse anyone with analysis. This is why I think we should just carry on with the second part, and maybe we'll get back to that. But I wanted to show you maybe just on a nutshell how to play with it later on. Okay. All right. In here, I can duplicate. I can have two assets at the same time. Okay. I can have it up and down or next to each other. It doesn't really make a lot of difference. Okay, and here I can add an indicator, maybe MCD or Jacklin volatility or RSI. Okay, maybe I've done it too fast. So I can just click and drag it to the right. Then I can modify the colors or the ranges, okay, everything, and then I click save and it stays on the chart. Okay, now we don't have to use it. And all the nice things for the levels and for the oval and for the timeline, it's all in here. It's all in here. If you click here on the tiny arrow, it falls down and it shows you a whole nice list of things that can help you remember certain areas on the chart. Okay, you can keep it as it is. You can clear the drawing if you want. Okay, and I can also change it from here, from the coordinates, if I tap it quickly twice. Okay, and last thing, in order to squish the chart, what I have to do is to click here on the price column, click and drag. Okay, click and drag up or down, and then it lets me squeeze the chart, and then I can see higher levels or lower levels. Of course, I can also do it by changing to the months, but it's not always comfortable, so I'd rather teach you that as well. Great, we have covered the guide through about the toolbar. We are pretty much prepared to get going. Let's hit the buy or the sell button to open the order entry tab. And in here, guys, we have the order entry and we have the instrument specifications. Okay, the instrument details showing me here overnight fee, the lot size, all kind of interesting things, the hours that it's opened. Okay, that's great. Now we can get down to business. Let's get rid of all the things that are written here. Okay, platinum is what we analyze. All right, I'm gonna put down a few things that hopefully will let us construct the position with a bit more sense. So we have target time, movements, and units. Okay, and we will see how we can use this technique. Now, when I'm looking at platinum, let's suppose that I'm analyzing that this is bullish. and I'm analyzing that. Yeah, let's keep it as a buy. Let's keep it as a buy. Let's suppose I want to take a buy now. Okay, I wanted to get to the green line that seems to me like the tip of the mountain, and that's wonderful. I want to click buy, and I wish that platinum is going to get from here to here. Okay, guys. So first of all, will I know certainly that it's going to get to 1,100? My first question. Okay, the answer to that is I could never know at any circumstances an absolute idea where the market is heading. And what I'm going to teach you today and what you're going to do in the future as traders is to use everything you can to optimize your analysis. But there is no guarantee. This is why when I click here buy, even if it goes higher, okay, maybe a little higher, let's suppose that it goes to maybe my green area. Okay, let's minimize it a little bit. So let's suppose it gets up a little bit. Okay, somewhere here. Okay, but then it goes down. You see that, I hope that everybody can see the market goes up and down, right? We don't have only green or only red, right? We all understand that. It goes up, but it can also go down. So if it goes up, okay, and it goes down, so we have two directions, up and then down. That means that on this area, I'm going to make profit. But if it goes back and it goes farther down, what will happen is, as we learned from Ava Protect already, I will have a loss. This is why when I'm thinking of a buy, I need some measurement, how far up it can possibly go. Will it get to here? Will it get to here? Will it get to the green line? Okay, how could I possibly know that? So we have a few things that I'm going to teach you that helps you indicate an approximation if it can go this far or not statistically. Okay, and beside knowing where it can get to, which is one of the things that we have to discover, I also have no idea how much I can make on this position. Now, of course, I can use the take profit. I can use it. I'm gonna click it, and then it's showing me $40. Okay, will I be happy making $40? Maybe, but I need a way to adjust it in a way that makes sense. Okay, maybe I want to make $1,000. Okay, I'm gonna put here 1,000, but then it's showing me that it needs to get to 1,083. Where is 1,083? Let's see. It's somewhere here, right? Okay. So what is happening here? I want to take a buy. I want to make 1,000. I need to get to here. That's a good start. However, I need to know now that this price is realistic, because we understood if I take a buy and it goes slightly up and then down, I will have a loss. I need to keep it at the uptrend till that price, and I need to know that it's possible. Okay, furthermore, I need to know that it's realistic, not just possible. Okay, beside that, I also need this 1,000 to happen in a reasonable time length. Okay, if I make this 1,000 but this position is going to take me a few good months, yeah, we're looking at weeks. Let's not forget, guys, each candle here, you see the time length, how it changes. Each candle here is 7 days difference from its friend. You see, 25th, 2nd, 9th, 16th, and so on. So if this is going to take me a month, I'm not sure I'm going to be happy making $1,000 in a month. Okay, so I have a target. My target is $1,000. That also helped me indicate where I can close the trade, as we saw. The time length is because I want to have a nice impact to the 1,000. I don't want to make it in a year or in a month. I want to make it in a week, maybe 2 weeks, right? Okay, now, as we saw, 1083 is a nice goal price, but we need to know that it's realistic. We can do one of two things. We can either do manual check, What is manual check? Manual check means that I'm going to analyze the high, the lows, the open and the close of the previous candle. And through that, I can assume what will be an approximate range that platinum can move. And the only thing I need to do to know that is just to point on the candle, and then it's going to show me the numbers. Okay, I hope again that everybody can see it's presented here. Okay, so we're going to go to the open is 973, close is 960, 960 and a half. High is 981 and low is 945. Okay, so now all I have to do is to simply subtract my open from the close and my highs from the lows. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, now we have a few issues with that. This is a very primitive technique we used to in the past when we didn't have such fancy indicators. This was a great technique when there was dinosaurs and all kind of fun things. But we have in the new era, we have indicators that can save you a lot of time, so you don't have to do what I did. Because this is a very time-consuming technique, I would probably want to take not just one candle. I would probably want to take a bunch, and every time I have to put the numbers down, it's time-consuming, and I don't want to do that. So what I can do is I can get to the indicators section, and right here I'm going to put AVE for average true range. Then I'm going to click and drag it to the right. And that means that allows me to choose how many candles it's going to analyze. Let's say 7 weeks, because we are on weeks. I'm going to change it to the lovely mustard, maybe. I don't know. Looks a bit mustardy. And then I have a range. I have $56 per week for platinum that it's moving on average. And that's wonderful. Why is this so wonderful? Because now I can compare the price to what the platform has showed me. Okay, so I wanted to make 1,000. I placed here, we begin with 40. Okay, we were here. And I've placed here my possible profit to be 1,000. Okay, now the platform is asking me, is telling me, Dan, with the current lot size, if it gets to here, you'll be making $1,000. Great. However, this is a little far away from the range. The range is 56. And if I add 56 on top of my current price, I will have, just a second, I will have 1040. And 1040 is not even close, halfway to what we saw. And that is, oh, maybe it's halfway. It's somewhere here. Okay? I'm gonna paint it in green. This will become my potential profit area. Okay, and I wanted to get to here. Now, let's change it 1040. Okay, but now it shows me that I'm making only 500, but I insist that I want to make 1,000. So what do I need to do? Of course, I need to increase the quantities. So in the ATR, I'm gonna place here 56. And then I'm going to do a quick calculation between my target, okay, to my movements. And then it happens, just a second, it happens all together. 1,000 divided by 56 equals, let's see, together, 17.8. Because platinum is not divided to half an ounce or something like that, we have to use full units. Okay, and I can't have a decimal number on my lot size. That just, it's not going to make sense to the platform. Okay, yeah, increments of 1, a complete unit. This is why I would rather adjust my ATR to the PAM, potential average movement, and that will be 50. And that means that I'm going to put down the take profit at the gold price, which soon to be the take profit, $50 instead of 56. That comes down to 1033. Okay, very nice. We did good job. Now I'm going to put here the result. Oh, sorry. I nearly forgot to show it to you guys. So that means 1,000 divided by 50. Just a second. And 1,000 divided by 50. Who knows? How much is 1,000 divided by 50? Let's see who's fast with that. Anybody knows? 1,000 divided by 50, guys. Very good, Cheryl. Very good. Very good. Correct. Perfect. Yeah. All right. So we have 20 units. Let's put the take profit where our line is, and that looks very, very nice. Okay. We can make 1,000 as we wanted. We can get rid of that, and we can get rid of that. Very nice. Okay, now if I simulate the stop loss, so we have take profit, and that's amazing. However, let's put here 20 as well. Okay. Now we have take profit and we have stop loss. Take profit, we have it marked. That's amazing. We know if it gets to here, if we get platinum, if it gets to the green line, we're going to make $1,000. That's amazing. However, if it gets down, we have this red area here, right? So if it gets down, right, how much can I then lose from that? Let's see, if it gets down the same length, which is $50 down, how much is 983 minus 50? Okay, let's do it with a calculator, just for the people to see. We're gonna do now price minus 50, and that's 933. Okay, so I can lose 1,000 just as much as I can make 1,000. Okay, all right. But I'm not sure that that I like that. If I lose $1,000 out of my 10,000 balance, that will represent 10% of my balance. Yeah, and that means that I'm going to be in a problem with risk money management, right? Okay, so if it's 10% out of 10,000, okay, that means that if I would want to adjust it, I need to do one of two things. A, I can minimize the length. As we played with a take profit, we saw that the farther away it is, the more profit we can make. And the same idea works for the stop loss. So if my stop loss coming closer from 933 to 9, let's say half of that, which brings us to roughly here. Okay, so I can potentially lose half of the, oh, maybe I should have showed you that. Okay, so what I did, guys, is I just put it half away closer. Okay, originally it was supposed to be here. Okay, this is $50 away, and this is $25 away. And $25 away times 20 here brings us to 500. And 500, it looks much better to me than 10%, right? 5%. All right. Now, the last thing we're going to actually learn about is with the few minutes that we have left, is the comparison with the margin. So I'm going to wipe out what we have here, and I'm going to write down a few things. Price per unit times units equals value. And then we have value divided by leverage equals margin impact. Now let's write a couple couple of definitions. Price per unit. Okay, so leverage multiplies buying and selling. Okay, and we have margin impact, which means necessary amount to open a position. Okay. Now, this allows me to know how much I need, right? So 1,970. That also means that if I multiply 983.5 times 20, I have 19,704. Now you're probably asking yourself, Danny, how could you possibly do it in your head? Well, I'm not that smart, guys. It's just presented already here. And I've put down the interpretation for you to be able to determine if you have enough money or not. Okay, but it's already written here, and that's already written there, and you don't have to know that by heart. Okay, but I wanted you to know how this formula works, so in case you have another asset, you will know how to make this comparison. Just a second, guys. All right. So to wrap it up, we are going to change the, we don't have a time for another asset. It's such a shame. I wanted to show you another asset, but I guess we don't have time for that. But you'll have to trust me, this equation will work for all the other assets. All the other assets. Okay, so let's just divide that by 10. Okay, the leverage here is 10. Yeah, can everybody see that? The leverage here is 10. So with the same logic, we're just dividing it by 10. And then, okay, like so. And then we see that the result is barely 2,000, a little less than that. And of course, we can afford it. All right. So guys, we have 1 minute before we say goodbye. Are there any questions? Any questions about anything that I said so far? I don't mind to stay another minute or two to explain. Another question, can we place a trade on the web trader? Then what is MetaTrader for? Okay. Well, look, first of all, thank you for the question. Erickson, I'm gonna be frank with you and say that you can use both. You can use the web trader and you can see it on MT4, or you can use MT4 and see it on the web trader. Okay, but the web trader, sometimes it's a bit more accessible and a bit more informative, because at the end of the day, those things needs to be calculated by yourself. It needs to be calculated manually on MT4 and MT5, and in here you already see that. Same apply with take profit and stop loss. Okay, we also have execute when price hits that lets you execute the position on a specific price. So I can say I want to execute it at 980 instead of 983. Okay, of course everything will bounce accordingly, but you understand the idea. Oh, sorry, that needs to be 930 and that needs to be 1030. Yeah, never mind, you understand the idea. So the web trader offers more facilities in terms of just what you can do, how you can access things. You don't have the economic calendar in MT4, you don't have the signals on MT4, you don't have the news section. In here you can also see videos, right? The web trader is very useful. MT4 and MT5, you can just log on it and make your trades. Thank you so much. How do I find the social trading? Coming from Sari. Sari, you need to download Ava Social for that. You need to download Ava Social, and there is all the information that you need. Question from Ade Kule. Ade Kule, you're asking where can we get the recording, and I guess you joined us a bit later because I said that only in the beginning, and I will say that again. you guys can enjoy the recording on our YouTube channel, guys. It will be uploaded hopefully even today. With a pleasure, with a pleasure. I'm here to do exactly that, guys, and I'm so happy that people are learning new things and helping themselves becoming a better trader. Yeah, our time is up, so I wish you all best of luck and make a fruitful week. And tomorrow we're gonna have the live Q&A. You're all welcome to join us, ask your questions live, and see the answers on the screen. Other than that, as I said, best of luck with trading and have a good day.